Hi, this is Kathy Weymouth from Tune the Temple, and I want to share a series about getting better sleep. I don't know if you struggle with this, or maybe you have someone in your life that you could share this video with, but if you struggle with sleep, or people that struggle with sleep, it really can affect your daytime living. So since I've struggled with it so much and I've learned so much, I thought, this would be a great little series to do to give you some pointers on how to get better sleep. So now let's talk about some of the issues. Some people just don't feel refreshed when they wake up in the morning. And there is a topic called non-restorative sleep. And this is something that I've struggled with. Even if I feel like I got a good night's sleep, a lot of times I wake up and I'm just not refreshed. So I have some pointers for that. Other people experience like interruptions in their sleep, such as if you're a new parent or you have a baby, if you have a snorer that you're sleeping with, if you have maybe a lot of light interfering, even like the moon, the full moon drives me nuts sometimes. I mean, I love it if I'm going for a walk, but to try to sleep is not so great. And then let's see, there might be other bright lights, there might be noises, there are just all kinds of things that can interrupt you. Even your electronics and your things in your bedroom can interfere with your sleep. Okay, well, I'm going to try to deal with one topic, one pointer each video, so I don't overwhelm you. So I want to start with, I think, a really important key thing. Now, before I do that, let me just talk about some actual sleep disorders. If you have any of these, you actually really need to go to a sleep specialist, and don't just use my video as enough, because there's other treatments that need to be involved. If you struggle with consistent insomnia, where you either can't fall asleep at night or you wake up and then can't go back to sleep, I actually worked with a sleep psychologist, and you may need to do that too. Insomnia is not just necessarily just good habits. It can also be something that's chronic over a lifetime. Then you need to deal with a specialist. What about sleep apnea, where you stop breathing? Definitely go to a sleep doctor. I had a relative who died of sleep apnea. I have sleep apnea, and I've been using my CPAP machine faithfully. You definitely want to do that. If you stop breathing in the night, or if your partner who's sleeping with you stops breathing, please, I just ask you, go to a sleep doctor. Restless leg syndrome is another thing that wakes people up, even if it's just your partner who's got the problem. Hypersomnia is a sleep disorder where you have a lot of daytime sleepiness. Another one is, have you heard of this one, the REM, sleep behavior disorder? This is people who actually move while they're dreaming. Normally, our bodies are paralyzed when we dream, so we don't act them out. But some people, they actually do move. Arms move, legs move. They can move quite a bit, and that's something that you should definitely talk to a sleep doctor about if that's happening to you or someone you're sleeping with. Narcolepsy, of course, are people that fall asleep during it's a disorder where you fall asleep during the daytime suddenly. So these all require that you go to a specialist. Now, apart from that, let me give you some pointers. We're going to start this week with good sleep habit number 1. Okay, this one I had to work on. This took a little time, but it's definitely worth it. And this is setting your circadian rhythms with consistent sleep and wake times. Okay, this means you go to bed at the same time every night, and you wake up at the same time every morning, including weekends. Your body will function so much better when you set your clock and your body knows what's coming. It will function so much better. So you need to determine actually what's a good sleep time for you. How long do you want to sleep? So what's a good wake up time? Now, the best way to do this, I think, is you can either choose when you want to go to bed, but even better is when do you need to get up in the morning, and then go back from there. Now, next week I'm going to add a pointer where it's going to require maybe 10, 12 minutes of your time in the morning. So you might want to add in a little extra time if you have to get to work, and make sure that you're not rushed in the morning. So what time do you want to get up? And then go back from there and choose 7.5 to 9 hours. One of the things that I've learned is it's really important not to wake up in the middle of a cycle. Okay, so you have about 90 minutes on the average to go through each cycle. And the cycle includes things like light sleep, REM sleep, deep sleep. And we go through typically about 5 cycles every night. The worst thing you can do is have your alarm go off while you're in the middle of a cycle, especially if you're in REM, because then you're going to wake up groggy and it's going to take you like 30 minutes for your brain to wake up. So you want to make sure that you have the right bedtime so that you are waking up at the end of a cycle. And there's actually a website that you can go on, and it's got a sleep calculator, and you can plug in what time you need to get up, and then it'll tell you some options for when you need to go to sleep, like 7.5 hours or so before that, 9 hours before that if you need more sleep. And some people even need less, so there's a calculator. So the website is called Sleepopolis, sleepopolis.com//calculators, SLEEPOPOLIS, sleepopolis.com/calculators. Okay, so I would hope that you would really consider embracing this, having a very consistent going to bed, turning off your lights at a certain time every night, and waking up at a certain time in the morning. I did set my alarm for a while to get myself into a new habit. I generally wake up before my alarm now. It's kind of been ingrained into my body. So that's what I'm hoping for you as well. Okay, so that's your assignment for the week. Choose when you're going to wake up in the morning. Go back 7.5 to 9 hours before that. Choose when you're going to turn off your lights, stop reading, and fall asleep at night. Okay, I hope that's going to help you. And come back next week. I'll have the second pointer for you. This is Kathy Weymouth at tunethetemple.com.